What an amazing evening. I've always been inspired by those who live their lives asking, how can I help another? After spending time with Eddie Canales and his heroic son, Chris, I realized they take this principle to heart. In my book, Chris will always be a football star. Chris suffered a terrible injury. In the blink of an eye, the family went from the Friday night lights of Texas football to struggling underneath the lights of a hospital room, where the machine sighed and the monitors beeped in sync with their broken hearts and dreams. When Chris came home, his father knew what he had to do. Eddie quit his job and dropped everything to care for his son. That first year was tough. Despair took hold, sorrow settled in, and all hope seemed lost. So they went back where it all started, the football field, under the lights, and did what heroes do. They found a way to turn their tragedy into their life's work. Tell me just a little bit about Gridiron Heroes, how it got started.
You know, we started after Chris suffered a spinal cord injury.
It was our last home game, and we had to win this game to go to the playoffs. About 4 or 5 guys missed the tackle, and I made the last touchdown save tackle. But along with that, I broke my neck.
He had just reached his 1-year anniversary date of his injury. Chris was going through some hard times. He started to shut down on me.
Depression hit, and I was still in a wheelchair.
So just to get him out of the house, I said, let's go to a football game. There was a state championship game. And at that game, we ended up witnessing another spinal cord injury. As soon as Chris saw that young man being put on that cart, Chris turned to me and said, Dad, we've got to go help him. I know what he's going to go through. You know what the family's going to go through.
Wow.
And that was the inspiration behind starting Gridiron Heroes.
Wow.
Gridiron Heroes, basically what we do is provide information, inspiration, and hope. Being there for the families long term, providing the equipment that they need, financial help that they need. Okay, ready? Well, 2 days ago, we received a call that a young man had suffered a spinal cord injury playing football. Chris and I drove 10 hours to be here to go and visit with the family. You don't have to feel by yourself. There's other people that have gone through this. Well, Luis was a football player out of Vega High School. He was a running back and suffered a C5 fracture. It's very tough for us when we go back because we have to relive Chris's injury all over again. How you doing, Luis? I'm Eddie. That's my son, Chris. It's all gone in an instant. Someone's gone from being so independent and at the prime of his life, now becoming very dependent on some of the basic things, the simplest things that we all take for granted.
They could be mad at the world, but I'll go in there to help them, just to let them know that they're not alone through this process. Yes, never give up that faith, man.
This is something that we have to do. We know that this is our purpose, and so we do it.
Who else you got here?
I like to collect sports history. Okay. So for me, like I got some of the older guys like Terry Bradshaw, got the steel curtains.
You know I'm not a big fan of the Steelers, you know that, right? In all the time that I've been with them, they don't talk at all about themselves and their struggles. They talk about how can they help someone else? How can they support another family? And to me, that's what a hero's all about.
I draw inspiration from Chris because I know what it takes for him to be in that chair day to day. To me, that's a hero.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in honoring my friend and CNN hero, Eddie Canales.
Those who love the game of football and support the game of football, we'd like for you to get behind us. And if it's okay with you, I'd like to bring my son Chris out and share this with him. We ask that you help us provide what these families need. We cheered these young men on the football field. Let's make sure we don't forget them now. Thank you very much.